SoFi.com to view your rate. SoFi, get your money right.
I don't even know if we record how long control rounds are. It's not something we've looked at before, but it was beautiful the way the teams were playing around the map for that one. Standy just had an incredible game for themselves, but you got to be honest, the jeopardy always felt there for Legion. They lost 2 rounds. They could have fallen at any point, but frustration did not get the better of them. They held. They made the kills when they needed to. Unbelievable.
They fully deserved it, though, because you think about the round that Toronto Ultra did get in round number 4. They were holding on by the hair on their chinny chin every single time. Like, I mean, it was clutch kill after clutch kill. So many opportunities for Vegas Legion to finish that round off, and they didn't. They would have been kicking themselves had they not won that game. It is a standout performance from Standy, 35 and 19, a 1.84 in the control, and I think that will go some way to repairing that control KD over the season, Bryce. That's a big game from Standy.
It certainly is. I think that may be one of the best controls I've seen this season so far, but there have been so many good ones. But I'll tell you something, Hillmat Expo, that's a favourite of mine now in the books. Thank goodness that other map has fallen by the wayside. But we move on with this series. The Legion are now ahead 2-1 against Toronto Ultra. Hardpoint up next. And here's a tweet from Standy that probably tells you everything you need to know, Ton.
Well, that's it. Gets dropped by this team and is putting in a hell of a performance against them. I mean, it's almost guaranteed, right? It's all about the revenge. And he is very much on his way to getting that revenge. Fortress Hardpoint coming up next. And look, the stats don't lean towards Toronto Ultra here. But this is actually Vegas's pick. They're 1-3 on it. Maybe they've seen something in Toronto Ultra's Hardpoint. Maybe they've seen something specifically on Fortress. Have they been working on it? I don't know. I mean, we know one of their staff, and we don't actually know anything in terms of this map pick. and to be fair, the only time they won it was the last time they played it, and they only won it by a point against Boston. So there must be something in it. There has to be something in this pick here for the side of Vegas Legion, because Toronto Ultra, yeah, okay, they're sitting at 3-3 again. It's not necessarily one of their better Hardpoint specifically in terms of the statistics, but still, you would very much bank on Toronto Ultra sending us to a map number 5 here based on what we see in map number 1.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I don't know, because whenever we seem to cast the Legion nowadays, magic seems to happen, and I'm looking forward to it. And does that first creeping feeling of doubt start to worm its way into Ultra's brains? They've not had a good Major 4 qualifiers. This would make it worse.
And again, another point to maybe put further into that doubt for Ultra. Vegas Legion, S&D has been their bread and butter all season long. They now have found 2 of those, another one of those modes. They've won the first Search and Destroy. They win Control somehow, some way. And now all of a sudden they have a potential map number 5 coming up that they will feel confident on. Looking towards the stats just briefly, if we do go towards Hotel, Vegas are 3-2 on that. Toronto are 4-7. There's got to be a lot of confidence in that Vegas Legion camp now. Yeah, okay, you lose map number 4. You have the fallback of that map 5 Brynberg Hotel Search and Destroy, where you will feel supremely confident.
Oh, winning that control for Legion has flipped this entire thing on its head, Ton. All of it. We thought it should be 2-1 at this point with a hard point left to go, and maybe Legion get to a game 5. But nobody expect them to break this. And here's the KD for Standy this series. Rivalry written in blood. A 1.06 on the hard point, 2 on the S&D, and a 1.84 on the control. This man don't beef.
This one doesn't. Specifically with, what was the term? Hey, look,
friends.
I didn't have a good... friends, mates. Our esteemed colleagues.
Yes, that's the way we'll put it. But here we go. The control is over. The hard point is starting. Can Legion end it here? Will Ultra fight to the bitter end? Let's find out as we head straight into it.
Toronto Ultra with the more beneficial side if we're talking about a P2 rotation. Something to keep an eye on, though, for Vegas Legion when they do get their P3 has been their nemesis. But that's going to be a straight break over towards the P2 and the spawns for Vegas Legion. Best start possible for them.
Yeah, both teams just fighting for a position. There goes Clean. No way should you have won that, CleanX. but win it he does. And now the Legion will have to check their own lines, and down they fall. There is some heat coming out of the Ultra kitchen today.
Some heat in my mum's kitchen at the minute as well. This series has got me uptight. What a game this has been so far. Toronto Ultra getting some time on the board. Rotation over towards P2 being locked in by Hixie. A bit of a random challenge coming through, but Scrap is there to pick up the scraps. And Toronto Ultra will get this rotation locked in. Clayster and Co. Can you find a break back through? 2 transitional kills falling their way. Keep an eye on these spawns for Toronto Ultra. I can't imagine they'll be favourable.
They are not as well, and Scrap is now trying to hold the front door, but he's not going to. Inside, lets a player through the back as well.
This is smart. This is smart.
Oh my goodness,
Wonderful.
Hixie finds 3.
I mean, look, even with inside in that position, not finding anything there. He plays his life, knows that Vegas Legion don't know he's there, know that the rest of his team flooding through gates. He's there for an immediate pinch. If Hixie didn't find those kills on the way inside, surely would have. Ultra still in control of the round.
Now they're still fighting as well, looking for this Scrap time. This may be the last gunfights as they do fall eventually. And Scrap will continue to just push this tempo. But down he goes. There's too many members of the Legion going to be here. They will take that 20 seconds, but Ultra will take the next spawn.
And as said, P3 has really been a poor showing every single time for Vegas Legion. You can see Scrap already pushing over towards that top side. He's going to be trying to watch top maps from the outside, but the first kill in for Clayster. Potential opportunity for a break here for Vegas Legion, and as well just completely being wiped out. Standy may well find a way through, but surely inside trades.
He's looking for it as well, and he can't get past Hixie. We've had so many influential kills already on this map as Ultra will take this so quickly away from Legion. They're looking to go through the front door, but here's Kleenex, finds the first and the second, gets out of there. The trade will come through from Hixie. And now the Legion are looking at a horrible hard break getting into P3.
Toronto should just about hold on, because I tell you what, those first couple of kills from Legion have me feeling a little scared for this rotation for Ultra. But it's been a well-worked 30 points so far. 30 more on offer now as well, as the Vegas Legion trying to find a flood through towards gate inside, trying to survive it. It will be a break for 20 seconds at least as well. Clayster finds one at the Kleenex. Nobody on the point though. It's actually Temp who took TJ off it initially. Kills still flowing through for Vegas Legion, but Ultra crucially spawning there. 10 seconds remaining, and I suppose if you're Vegas Legion in that scenario, you find a couple of kills, you get them off it for about 10 or 15 seconds. It's a small win at that.
And now what Legion will need is to hold this for some period of time. Already starting to fall a little bit behind into this hard point as well. TJ trying to play his life, but inside keeps racking up kills. TJ just called it wrong as well. But I think they know he's here at the same time. And Downey will fall inside. Has played him off the map.
And if you're Vegas Legion there, you do so much good work over towards P3. You reduce the time that Ultra think it is pretty much in the bag already. But then you lose the rotation over towards cannons. You can't let it happen, but Temp's trying to reinvest what's exactly went on. Finds 2. Can he find the 30s teammates there to do so? Temp up top. Lovely break coming in from Temp.
And now the points will fall towards Legion. Some they have desperately needed for some time. We head over to Blacksmith. The teams are getting in position. Clayster and TJ, both sides of the map. Clay will fall originally. But as we all know, if you play this in ranked play, this is not a fun hard point to get onto and to stay onto.
Keep an eye on Clayster. He's going to be the catalyst forward play for the Vegas Legion here. Starting to fire some shots off. Even if he can just find one, they line up. Hixie and Kleenex will fall. The rest of the Vegas Legion coming in from the mid-map. It should be their control.
He's looking for as well. Clay's going to know. TJ will clean up before he needs to. And the Legion getting to this point, all off the back of Clayster. TJ going for the wide chow as well, but he will fall eventually. And like I said, the problem with Blacksmith is there are so many angles to be cut down with, and Ultra have found every single one. The Legion are now spawning out. Their biggest chance is TJ.
Maybe the one to set up a potential pinch. Toronto Ultra with a good read on the spawns. TJ still playing around over towards the top outside. They're not really finding too much information or anything for his team right now. They're just expecting them to do the work through maps. Good control from the side of Toronto Ultra. It's just so clean. 10 seconds to go here. The lead extending towards 70 or 80 points now for Ultra. You're going to be feeling good about this map so far. Into the second rotation of Hills. It is a solid lead for the Canadian side.
Let's see if they can hold it. At the moment, it's all about this positioning. They're looking for it. Scrap holding P2 from the pressure so far. It starts to get a little bit mixy for them. Clear getting away with his life as well, as TJ will find 2 himself. Spawns still for Ultra out towards stables.
Good control from Legion so far. Trying to get the cuffs through the mid-map and finding them as well. Tony Insight who can slip by. He so often does this for Toronto Ultra. Maybe the slower AR, of course, on the side, and just so often finds little routes for his team. Good play. But they have to try and find a break back here. This is free time for Vegas Legion. For all that spawns belong to Ultra, all of that time has very much belonged to the side of Vegas Legion.
And they found so much here as well. Standing going to fall at the last second. I think Hixie will just grab this scrap time. Brings it back a little bit for them, but the Legion now looking to make a move. Keep an eye on this P2. They've already got one player in. That's a huge kill by Kleenex up top. Hixie won't find anything against them. Benefit for Ultra, though. They are here and buried in P2.
Not necessarily a split, but Scrap gets a spawn over towards the stable side, so now he can lock down the gates, and that should allow Toronto Ultra to deduce exactly where Vegas Legion are starting to come from. Scrap just trying to find information in another map. Close to TJ, trying to find a push through. Kleenex will be crucial.
Now they've got to find him. It's always a little bit tricky to nail down these players running around Art like they are. And he's just going to sneak in as well. Standing will find the first, but there's no trade coming in for Legion on this one. Temp eventually arrives. Kleenex still alive himself. A bit of a pinch coming through as Clayster keeps his life. As Kleenex goes for the chow, will eventually clean him up. And that's a second from Kleenex. We talk about flow state with players, maybe an overused term, but when they're on it, they're on it, and this has just been brutal from both sides. And it will be Legion to get this scrap time, but it is off to the races, and Ultra are here for next.
Once again, last time around, we've seen Toronto Ultra lock down a decent amount of time, but Vegas Legion were able to stagger them ever so slightly. These first couple of kills are going to make a difference, so Standy found a one through towards the gate side. Out breaks things wide open, or it would have it. Scrap not just found beams, there's the third. Does he need the help for the fourth? He may well do. He is going to fall, but Ultra still need to fight for this P3 control.
And they're going to get it still going for the trades here. Standing alive, just causing issues. Finds the second one as well. Eventually will be pinched out of this one. No! Clayster finds Scrap. Both teams haven't been able to get onto this on this rotation at all. Hixie finds one, but he's stunned, eventually getting into the point and finds it with Kleenex in the end. It has been a hard-fought and bitter battle to get in. And Stanley finds two more. The stun comes through. This is outrageous.
It's just blow for blow over towards P3. Standy, every single time he's came up, he's found two, and eventually Vegas Legion will find a break. But what is it for? It's for 20 single seconds. That one just felt like it was a constant fight ongoing, and it was. 40 seconds of scrap time, completely wasted from both these two teams. But the win will belong to the side of Vegas Legion. The rotation that was there for Ultra, the first one's in. Scrap at P2 was Legion's. They get the scrap at P3. Can Ultra punish them now as we head over towards Cannons in second?
And this is it for the Legion. We've said it before, they need a quick break. They cannot afford to let this get too far away from them as well. And Stanley just taking damage off the trophies that are all stacked up here as he flies to the point. Finds a kill on the Hixie. Still going to fall in the end though. Too many Ultra players looking for the gun as Tem finds one himself and will fall again. Ultra, hold on.
Oh, just about. Big plays, big kills coming in from Toronto Ultra. And for all that, Vegas Legion have been making this interesting. That scoreline doesn't lie. Toronto Ultra about to touch 200. Cannons has been a real good profit for the Toronto side now. Can Standy doing something about this every single time he looks to find a break? He finds at least 2 kills for the side of Vegas Legion. But for these breaks that are coming through, they haven't been as efficient at finding these points. When Ultra have really locked something down, Vegas haven't had a sniff. And for every single time that Vegas have found a break, it's for what, 10, 15 seconds? Ultra have been so efficient in their play. It has to be a good blacksmith hold from Vegas Legion if they want to maybe extend this.
Well, here we go. If they can get the 60 here, it's game on. Ultra now looking every single direction they can. Stanley trying to stay alive as much as he can here in maps. And at the moment, they're holding.
Charisma comes in from Kleenex. It's about those backs cones over towards that P3 side. That's where you maybe need to try and find your break, but it's going to have to be the front door from Toronto Ultra. Vegas Legion holding on well here. 30 seconds to play for.
And TJ has to give up in the end. He's going to fall as well, but it will be the Legion who walk away with the lion's share of kills. 26 seconds left to go. Hixie's going to get stuck in the face. And at the moment, the Legion are looking like it. This may be a race towards P1.
Just about getting a touch on it for Toronto Ultra from the front side. TJ will stop that very, very quickly. Big kill coming in from TJ again, no. Transition over towards P1 is going to come through. Remember that last rotation and how much time Vegas Legion soaked up on P1? They're going to have to do the same again. Toronto Ultra get absolutely nothing at Blacksmith. They're going to have to turn it on as we head into the third rotation of hills here, Bryce.
Fortunately, they've only got one player out. It's going to be Standy, though, and he finds the kill at the same time. Kleenex is going hunting. Around he goes for the dead times. Finds the first, the second, and potentially the third. He flies for this kill around the corner. And Kleenex putting Legion in a world of pain by himself.
Fish in a barrel springs to mind for Kleenex. He does find 4, but the rest of the team actually falling. Vegas Legion now have their rotation over towards P2, as well as Standy on a 5 spree. A 6 would help things out, but it's going to be actually a stable spawn coming in for Ultra. They find Standy as well. So now push through towards the P2 side. It's going to start coming through. But this is free time again for Vegas Legion. Ultra have allowed them far too much respect over towards P1. They might not this time. It's a big push coming through. 15 seconds. Big kill from Kleenex. This is going to put Ultra within spitting distance of a map number 5.
And the biggest problem for Legion is they cannot win on P2 either, but they have to basically be flawless.
Big kill.
They're an incredible hold here for Legion. They're going to have to find the kills already, finding a couple. They know who's player towards the back is Standy and Scrap go head ahead, but they're already onto the point, and Kleenex is going to fall to Standy. The Legion are in, but they have to hold this perfectly as the numbers fall against them, and the Legion fall in droves from Scrap, and that's going to be it. There's not enough time. Ultra will send this to a map number 5. They will not let Legion breathe. And you can see the intensity on the players' faces. It speaks volume to the game we've been watching.
This has been a series. Back and forth. It was ultimately Toronto Ultra, the ones in control the majority of the way through that one. But Vegas Legion really did not make it easy. It wasn't quite the 250, the 249 that we've seen Legion and Boston put on show. But a blow-for-blow hard point between these two teams. Legion were definitely in that. And look, and the slaying kind of plays a big part in that. Standy was finding some huge kills. But Kleenex, sorry, says whatever you can do, I can do better. A 41 bomb. 31 non-traded kills from Kleenex. I'm pretty sure I've just been told that ties the record for kills on this map. Phenomenal from Kleenex.
Yeah, every single time we watched him, a little bit of a montage coming through. Ultra just looking like the better team in these hard points. But we go to an S&D next turn, and hey, this is a series that has been entertaining every single step of the way.
Well, if you look at the hard points, I think Vegas Legion would have thought to themselves, okay, if we're going to force a map number 5, it would be one of those hard points. They've lost them both. They somehow... Of course, the COD gods have written it in such a way that they win the control against the best control team in the game, which has set us up wonderfully for a map number 5, though, Bryce. I kind of don't want the series to end. It's been an absolute banger, and we're going to get the conclusion of it after this break, though, mate. Very excited to get into it.
Yeah, me too as well. Well, let's go to a break then. When we come back, we are going to have a map number 5. Hold on to your chair. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you right after this.
Hello everyone, I'm Studdy and I'm accompanied by the one, the only Mr. James Eubanks, aka Mr. Clayster. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, Jeremy Stud. Pleasure to be here, man. Thanks for having me on.
You started off on the subliners, and then you got dropped off the team, and then you had to fight your way back through challenges. What was that experience like for you?
Last year was definitely rough. Not one of my better years. I mean, we had a decent showing at the kickoff last year, and then we all kind of started seeing the game a little bit differently. I wasn't performing well enough. And subliners felt they needed to make a change. And so I said, you know what, I'm gonna play challengers. And I talked to a lot of people. They're like, it can only hurt you. Like, you're only, if you don't win everything down there, then you're gonna be seen as like, oh, you couldn't even win in challengers. But it's a completely different ball game in challengers. There's so many teams. I think I did the math. And in 3 years of the CDL, I had something like 10 teammates. And these are just ballpark. I don't remember the exact numbers. In 3 months of Challengers, I had 12 different teammates. Somebody who actually inspired me a lot in Challengers was Spart, but teaming with him in Challengers last year helped me find my confidence a lot. So I attribute a lot of really me finding myself and finding my mojo again to Spart.
Now we're going into this season where you have entered back into the CDL on the Vegas Legion, man. What has that experience been like for you so far this season?
We're really just focusing on the belief aspect of things, the mental aspect of things, because when you win 2 series in a whole year, like, that has to set in on you, and then you start having that kind of loser's mentality. And so I've really been trying to shift everyone on the team's mentality to a winner's mentality, and I think we're getting there, and you see that in some of our performances. I mean, we obviously all have the talent to compete. We can shoot back, we can rotate, we can hold a hard point, we can make plays in S&D. Maybe we can't win a control, but we can do the rest of it. So, you know, just fixing that mental aspect of things and really just honing in on our craft and making sure that we're a competitive team at the end of of the day. That's all you can ask for.
We have just witnessed one of the most insane comebacks in hardpoint history. You versus LA Thieves. You guys were down 200-60. You guys somehow brought it all the way back and won 250 to 238. Like, what was that experience like, man?
Incredible. That's why I'm still competing for moments like that. Like, you know, it was only for a top 6 finish, and, you know, maybe we didn't get the result we wanted in the end, but like those moments on stage, coming back from that kind of deficit, when the crowd is backing you, like you felt the energy in the venue start to rise as the comeback was like getting there. And then all of a sudden, it's like every kill we get, the crowd's just going crazy.
Octane towards the back for the pit. Clayster finds one. He knows where Octane is as well. Tons, the Legion are starting to believe that this is possible. It is plausible. They are holding the Thieves at bay.
That energy and that feeling is unlike anything else I've ever felt in my entire life. And that's why I'm still competing, for that feeling that I chase. I'm literally chasing that feeling at all times. And so to complete something like that, for everyone to believe in each other.
That's what I'm talking about. Believe.
Our comms were the same the whole way through. We were just trying to talk to each other, figure the game out, figure out how we could get ourselves back in it. And then we just started clicking, and we just started firing on all cylinders. And then all of a sudden the pressure's on the Thieves, and you know, the end result is what we got.
Finds a second 1v1, and it's Clayster looking for the last, and they shot it. 10 seconds. Can they do it? The Thieves are moving, but they are moving into the kill feed, and Legion has just made the greatest comeback in hardpoint you will ever see.
I'm just happy I got another one on the books. I mean, comebacks are my thing. You know, starting with Full Sail back in BO2 all the way to 2023 150-point comebacks. Like, come on, man. I'm him, kind of.
My friend Clayster, you are the man with the plan, Mr. 3-time. Anything you want to say to the people?
Mad love to everybody that's been supporting us this year. We really hear you. We see you on social media. Thank you guys so much. We're going to try and get that champ spot for you. Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty League. We've just been talking with Clayster and his player profile, a legend, a veteran, and just a fine fellow indeed. But while we extol his virtues in and out of the game is what he's calling a map number 5 between Toronto Ultra and Vegas Legion. We have gone the distance. We have seen control records swept aside, Ton. What happens now?
Yeah, Clayster sitting at 30, flirty, and still very much thriving in this CDL. And, well, his team have been thriving in Search and Destroy this season. A 3-2 record for them is not necessarily indicative of how good they actually have been at this map. A 71% round win percentage on top of those 3-2s. They have been looking really, really good on this map when they've been winning. But when it has been close, it's been a little bit tough for them. Very, very strong performances across the board. They've 6-0 at Boston, 6-2 against Minnesota, 6-0 against LAG, but close across the board in their losses. This is going to be a hard one for Ultra. Can they upset them, if anything, in map number 5?
They really want to as well. They want every single point they can get out of these qualifiers to give themselves a good opportunity for champs. Already first club's going down, I say that. And it will be a traded 3 versus 3 ton.
Goes for the Charl. Insight was there to find one on the cross. Just trying to find what he can. Standing gonna find another on the scrap, though. That's over towards the other side, playing on the island quite perfectly. Temp just picking up the pieces of that round. As soon as that first blood comes through, as soon as a player's over towards those light steps, it is so difficult for the defensive teams to retake. Bedroom control. How often we talked about, I think I say them 2 words in my sleep at night after a cast. Doesn't matter what map you are on, what mode you're on, I should say. If you're on hotel, bedroom control is so crucial in control and search and destroy.
Well, first blood to the Legion, Ton. At least 5 more rounds to go. But it is got a little bit mixy there at the start. Let's see how this one kicks off as well. This time it will be Ultra on the attack. It looks like they're going for a B push straight away. Nobody here from Legion.
Let's push over towards B. Legion, with their retake percentages, are quite happy for B to fall, which is looking like it. Well, Insight Louis is going to get tagged up here. He's going to get chased down, not quite. So he's that island player this time around. No information for the side of Vegas Legion, but the jig may well be up Ultra. A bomb is going down over towards the B side. Legion are here to retake.
This is going to be a quick chow. They have bodies here as well. Door will be opened. Kitchen can be a nightmare, or it can be your best friend. Clinic's going to find 2, though. That is ridiculous. Flies out, Chows. not content to stay behind these counters. And they have the advantage. They have the numbers, they have the bomb down, they have the time, and they have the clean eggs. Who finds it? Go for the ace. 4 health, but no good. Temp finds 2.
Potential for Temp, though. 4 spree will be tagged up. And probably would like to survive on this 4 speed, but 1 versus 2 on his hands. He will try it, but this time, very much not on his hands. Will back on down. And I think, you know, as far as gunfights, I would not like to take in Kitchen. Kleenex might be the top of that list. Those 2 kills that he finds on those initial pushes, I should say, from Vegas Legion. Easy to fall his way. Toronto Ultra get 1 back, but crucially for the side of Legion, a small caveat to take away from this one. A 4 spree for Temp continues.
Yeah, decided just not to push any further with that one. And it's going to now try and maybe play around it. We could see a slow rolling Temp, or maybe just picking a corner and waiting. I wonder if the call is coming in from the Legion. But it will be them on the attack this time.
What's the play this time? Because it was fast over towards A, lack of trophies, etc. Obviously, resulting in that. It's now going to be hit. Hixie will be the one to find information and may well a kill on a TJ. And there you go, first blood towards Ultra. That will help them on their way here. We see a defensive round code there. Wait, no, we cannot. Maybe Standy and Callista answering back, and that's B now wide open. Ultra may well have the bodies over towards A, but they are not going to be able to do much about this kitchen push that's happening now.
Temp going to pop the dead silence. He may just follow them up. This may be a flank coming in from him. And it's going to be well timed as well. Does he get the timing on this? He should be able to see several players. Finds one. Looks for the second as well. And it's a 6-0 for Temp. Has the cruise missile. Perfect timing. Perfect play. Perfect opportunity.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Perfection from Temp. Just plays his life slowly, and as soon as those first 2 kills over towards B come through, me, you, ranked teammates, I'll be sitting there, they'll be rapping back through restaurant, but Temp sits there, knows that there is going to be players playing over towards A. The players that have been killed are defending B. So he knows those players are going to rap all the way back around towards car park, and he's just going to follow them. A silent killer over towards the top glass side is as easy as you like for this 5th and 6th kills of his spree. Cruise missile in the back pocket again. Not for the first time in this series. Legion once again in control in the search and destroy.
And Ultra just don't seem to want to go towards A on their attack at all. They've gone for B again, but it's a slow push, and Sandy might get caught, and he will. Hixie with another first blood for Ultra. And now they get to play at their own tempo. Ultra can kind of push this wherever they want.
Maybe we're baiting over towards that kitchen side. Vegas Legion have not bit. Callista is the one that may well have to do something here for his squad. The numbers are against Legion, but Callista had the element of surprise.
Oh, and he will be traded away, but it is a 3 versus 3. Does this open the door for TJ? There is going to be a snaking inside there as well. Out goes it as well, and he will get it. TJ finds an amazing kill. Tem gets another one, and it's now Kleenex in a 1 versus 2. Bomb is down, so he has a little bit of an advantage. But with a Vaznev, he's going to be worried about long-range gunfights, Ton.
I don't think TJ seen it when he was crossing over towards the bedroom side. Now he is just going to check it. Plenty of time on the clock here. The Vegas Legion have to do something about this now. He didn't check the right angle, though. Goes for it on a TJ. Doesn't find the kill. Has to check it again. But oh my goodness me, what kind of stuff is TJ Halley made of?
Somebody gave TJ just a couple of extra points of life, surely. Kleenex throws the shoulder, throws the bullets, but does not find the kill. And TJ must have been sweating, knowing that he was being hit. But Legion walk away with a round, Ton.
At any single time that a bomb is down in this search and destroy, Vegas Legion are the ones with the better statistics, the best round plant win percentage when they do get it down, and the best retake percentage when they manage to have to try and get a hold of that site. Even if the other team gets a hold of it 50% of the time, they're bringing it back. It's 2 kills to kick off the next round as well. Vegas Legion, just like a different beast to Toronto Ultra in the search and destroy right now. Scrap is left all alone.
And he goes for the wall bang, and all that does is give information to the Legions. They're going to hunt him down as well. Sandy, that is an outrageous gunfight. I'm fairly certain that was a Vaznev against attack. And he guns him. Temp can't quite believe it either. First bullet for Scrap, but the last bullet for Standy. And the Legion are now Ultra when they are down.
I can't say what Scrap called him. I had a good line. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'll get fired, Bricey. There's a lot of things going through my mind right now, but that is... I swear that gun got nicked.
Well, I mean, Kleenex couldn't find a kill from top bedroom on the bomb site, but apparently Stanley can gun Scrap out of his socks. At the moment, 4-1 to the Legion. Faced up, will find first blood, traded straight away as both teams going to butt heads once again, but Kleenex will find it this time. TJ has to back up.
Ultra throw caution to the wind. You commented on the fact that air pushes hadn't really been coming through from the Toronto side. This time around, it's a fast one. Standy here to answer the call. Has one. Calls it up for his teammates as well. He's already in the position. Now it's all about bedroom control. You can already see Kleenex is up there. Has Scrap to pinch as well.
He's seen him dead silence as well. Scrap's not going to know, but gets away with it. Has to keep playing his life. Going to check it in the corner as well. Does eventually find it. 27 seconds left. A 1v1 for Standy. Kleenex against him. He's going hunting. He's going hunting, and here comes a fight, Standy! A 5 streak, and clutch again! The bodies are being shot. It's 5-1 to Legion.
Speechless at this stage. Standy can do nothing wrong. In any single gunfight that he has, the timing seems to go his way. And if it doesn't, he guns the opposition player. Just making sure that Insight was dead over towards that bomb site. You never can be too careful. Standy with the 1 versus 2. And that is such a big swing round. A 4-2 is very different to a 5-1. A Vegas Legion 1 round away from closing the series against your major 3 champions.
How far the mighty have fallen. And how high can the Legion rise? Here we go. Scrap about to come against 3 Legion players, but timing is against him. But Hixie has his cover. Finds another first blood. The Ultra still alive in this series. Now have the advantage.
Yeah, Scrap's going to find a second here as well. This should be an Ultra round, and it's one that they need daily. It's a big push coming over towards the B side. And thank God, Charlie Hicks. Well, Scrap would have been dead to rights. Clears the 1v4 to finish the game, Brycey. Wouldn't mind.
It would be biblical. Unfortunately, they now know where he is. Time's against him. Kitchen is against him. Does not have the bomb. All of Ultra just waiting.
Just such a hard position. Insight. May well get tagged up. May well not put a bullet in the clear. But information gained. Never going to do it from that. Big round for Ultra. But it just really makes you cast your mind back to that previous one. The position they're in, bomb down towards a 2v1. You're laughing. That would have now been 4-3 to Vegas Legion. And yet it's still only 5-2. Ultra still need to pull a rabbit out of the hat here. They look calm. But for all that, you know, this win for Vegas Legion propels them a little bit closer to those champ spots. They're only 8 up for grabs. Toronto Ultra, the winners bracket is becoming something that is not plausible for them at this stage. Only 1 win during the online stage. They need to find 4 rounds in a row if they want to find their second.
Ultra going for an aggressive push here this time. Gets away with his life. He's been outrageous here so far. Already nades going down. Inside will find 10 plus of all that. It's going to be on the flank, but no, TJ will gun him before he can. It's a bold play, but it doesn't come out. And it's a 3 versus 3.
It's a good read from Ultra, to be honest with you, because Vegas Legion reposition, expecting that A push to come in again. They go for the mid-map control, Kalista and Co. Kleenex goes to try and punish them for it, but this time around, because of that mid-map control, because of the fact Kleenex couldn't find that kill, Legion, no bedroom is clear, but can they find the kills? It's a 3v2, making it 3v1. Standy left on his own again. He couldn't, surely.
He'd have to have some magic there as he dives out of the top window. It's no good, and it is another round to Ultra. Surely the body shooting hasn't poisoned this chalice. There's no way this can go the distance from now, surely.
It couldn't be because of the body shots, could it? Surely not.
Always nervous. Always a possibility. The Legion just need 1 round. 1 round for this grudge match to go their way. And they are an incredible S&D team.
I want to say that Temp has maybe still got that cruise missile, right?
I think so. They've got to wait to use it.
And that may well be what they're doing right now. It's a slow and steady push, which Vegas Legion May well try and turn on its head with the cruise missile. We've seen teams like Toronto Ultra use them so wisely over towards this A side now as the transition from Legion starts coming on through to push towards this A side. Standy will stretch it and just hopes and prays that nobody checks it.
Oh, he has to get out of it as well. There are guns firing everywhere. Ultra not giving him an easy intro to the site.
Big kill.
And this has been the problem. Ultra now just playing around it. Somebody else has to go get that bomb. TJ wants to make a move with his dead silence. He's looking to make a play that could break Ultra, but he's finding nobody. He's got all the way through. Surely he's gonna fall as well. Ultra, there should be another round for them as well. Temp cannot find the kill. The bomb has not gone down yet. And Clayster will have to go for it without cover.
It's all on Temp here. Needs to find multiple. That bomb will go down, as will Temp, as will Clayster. This is getting scary. It was 5-1. It's now 5-4. If Ultra hadn't thrown away one of those rounds with the Standy 1 versus 2, this will be a tie game.
Standy, see if you can get those bullets back out of that body quickly, mate, quickly. Just put them back in the gun because this is terrifying. If you're a Legion fan, and I know there are many, you are feeling jubilation just a few rounds ago. The nerves are starting to set in. Toronto Ultra are fighting back. Still, though, 1 round for Legion. That's all they need. Will they lose 5 in a row?
There's no way, right?
Let's find out. Let's find out.
Look at this from Legion. It's a big stack over towards the mid side from 2 players. Dead silence popped. TJ has to go big for his squad here. Backs on down. Will not find anything. B control for Ultra.
Basically going straight forward as well. Down he goes to Hixie, who's now on a 5 streak himself. They're 2 versus 4. Standy has been a standout player for Legion in this series. Are dreams still alive for the Legion, or is this going 5-5?
I see no way they break back in. Standy and Temp for the 2v4 back into B site to win the game. This would be something. Hixie and Co locking this down. If Hixie can find himself a 6th kill here in a cruise missile, surely it's advantage to Ultra. They're surely going to play around this. They should know the round is won. 18 seconds to go. Legion just don't know what to do. They're flapping.
There is nothing they can do.
They're not allowing the 6th. They're not allowing it. They may well know that he's on that spree. Would have come up in the top of their screen. They're now starting to search for it as well. Look at them flying.
They're trying to bait for him, but nobody in the end. Hixie's going to fall anyway to the bomb. He's a little bit upset by it, but we are going to it. It is written in the stars. It is a map 5, a round 11. What other way could this end?
Are we calling that a gong? Is it a gong?
I don't know, but my heart's gone. This is nervous.
It is a gong. Well, the map 5 round 11 gong has sounded. Not sure if that's the word for that either, but you know what? I'm nervous at this stage, and if I'm Vegas Legion, I'm extremely nervous. Looking like a big B hit coming in again. This did not work last time. It's a bit more slow and steady, though. Toronto Ultra holding the fort. Is Scrap going to get caught out? Not on your bottom dollar. Here comes the streak on Temp.
Going to call this in, yeah. Has to, needs the information, needs something, looking for players. Not going to find anything. And they get out of the point as well. They're going to go for this at the same time. Scrap's going to find him. It goes down to a 3 versus 3. Hixie looking for the player. He finds the second. A huge second for him as well. Gets away with his life. Going for the plant. Temp looking for the player on the flank. Like ship to the night. That player has got away. Kleenex now for a 1 versus 3. The Legion have found a miracle when they need it the most. But Kleenex is all that stands in front of them. And down he falls. And the Legion take down Ultra in an outrageously great series. What a time to be alive. God bless Call of Duty. Oh my.
Don't get fired. We need a contract next year, Bryson. What a game. What a game. And if it isn't none but other than Standy to find the 2 towards the back kitchen side, after Legion almost just legioned it all over our screens there. It was a 5-1 lead. It got forced to around 11. And Standy pulls the rabbit out of the hat against his old team.
Oh, there is sweat dripping from every pore. Teams, players, casters, fans, the community at large. Grab a towel. That game is done. The Legion grab 10 points. They grab the rivalry. And Ultra have not had a good time in the qualifiers.
Oh, and breathe if you can. And the thing is for Vegas Legion as well, that kind of we can take away from this is the fact that they actually did it with the respawn coming into control. It would take some of the best analysts in the game to break down how on earth this has happened. To be honest with you, we do have quite a few of them that can go to it, but my final words on that, what a bloody game of Call of Duty that was. Tippable from both two teams. Fantastic game.
Well, it's been fun. It's been amazing. We were hoping for a glorious game, and these two teams have been magnificent. The only thing more magnificent than that game are the trio we're about to throw it to. Desk, please tell us what you think.
I don't want to watch the rest of the show. Just turn off your broadcast right now. It's not going to get better than that. And shout out to Standy, the revenge game. Nameless, you called it, but I don't think anyone expected Mustache Standy to come in here as a cold assassin tonight.
Yeah, you know, talking about this Vegas Legion squad, I was looking at them like, okay, they can lock up both these S&Ds with how Toronto's been playing, but what respawn are they going to take? And we saw they gave them an opportunity. Toronto gets rid of El Asilo Control, a map that Vegas has never won, and let Expo through. And you see the practice that Vegas Legion has come in that Expo. They take that map, but Standy and in this series, I know Octane statistically had the best performance in a single series throughout this year. But that performance that we just saw from Standy, in my opinion, is the best individual performance all year. Given the circumstance, what they need, the points on the line, the winner's bracket spot on the line, this man has a Vaznev channeling ARs across the map, getting the first bloods in Search and Destroy. That's been a big improvement for Vegas Legion and a huge edge that they had in the 2 Search and Destroys that they won in this game. The man put up all-star numbers. He deserves all the flowers.
He was up 5-1, though, and his team almost lost this game 5, though, Ali. Toronto, they fought to the bitter end, and as good of a series as we saw out of Standy, Kleenex was putting up ridiculous numbers in his own right.
I mean, that was an insane Search and Destroy, and you have to tip it again. Ant brings up the fact that Standy has the best individual performance. It was the 1v2 defuse where he shot bodies to go up 5-1 that I think is the most game-turning point.
Yeah.
Because then Toronto turned and went 4 in a row to go to a round 11. If Standy doesn't clutch that 1v2, we could be looking at a completely different winner in this series right now.
Just how important is this victory? Well, Toronto will now finish with a 1-4 record. They will start in the losers bracket come the major next week. Legion, you're one step closer to a top 4 seed as well. They could finish with a 4-1 record. You look at their final matchup, Legion only have one team in their way, and they go by the name of the Mutineers, Allie.
And, I mean, the 40 Mutineers hasn't been looking that strong either, so it's looking good for them in those cards.
Vegas Legion pulling off the improbable. Nameless, you called it, Study called it, a few other talents saw it. How dangerous is this team right now moving forward? We have their scuff play of the game. Let's talk about it, because this is a new map in the rotation that Vegas could be pulling out all next week.
Yeah, well, I mean, it comes down to the respawn. The Search and Destroy has been strong all year. And with this Expo, they played fantastic. You know, in the very first round, we're talking about this team and the setup that they had. They're doing exactly perfect. There'll be a Teleshader moment for you guys coming up in the days to come. But this is a team that has struggled in this game mode since the beginning of the year. The pace of play, being able to make those clutch plays when they need them. If Clay doesn't get that 3-piece, they don't win this round, right? They were super close to capturing it on the offense. Like, everybody is learning this map currently, all the teams. This is still very new. Vegas seemed to be pretty comfortable on this map. Remember, they're going up against Toronto Ultra. This is our #1 control team on the year. This is how they got their major win. So this is a very typical win out of Vegas League.
Ridiculous finish, as it was a strong start for Vegas. They, of course, had to close it out in the final seconds, always keeping us on the edge of our seats. But if you look at the stats, when you put a mustache on that young man, he drops ridiculous numbers going man mode with a 1.83 in search, a 1.84 in control, and all of the biggest multi-kills you could ever ask for throughout this series. Standy joins us live right now to talk about his revenge game. And sir, talk to me first of all, the new look. You came in like a Bond villain today, and you pulled off the improbable.
I don't know. I usually always shave my mustache, so I just decided to keep it.
Nice. Good one.
I'm liking it, man. Keep it going.
Standy, I have to ask, were you guys surprised when you saw Toronto allow Expo to get put into the series?
Yeah, I was definitely surprised. I was like, the second I saw Expo in there, I'm like, okay, like they're giving us a really good chance to beat him on this control. So I don't know why they did that. But when we saw Expo, we were planning on hopefully playing Expo. So we're just like, let's get it. This is the map we want.
Standy, so this is like a full circle moment. You know, you're on Toronto Ultra. You guys are one of the better teams we have in the league. You get thrown down to the bench, and then you find yourself on Vegas Legion now playing the team that dropped you. What was the preparation like for this? What was the feeling like? Just walk me through this week leading up to this moment.
This past week, I just been like on everyone's ass on our team and like really trying to motivate everyone and like really like put some belief into everyone. And like, I think I was just trying to like let everyone on the team know that like, hey, like we can really do this shit. Like we can really like beat these guys. We can fucking make this champs run, excuse my language. But that's like was my main goal, just making sure we go hard in practice every day and like kind of like solidifying the belief in each other.
Standy, you clutch a huge 1v2 to go out 5-1. It was a 1v2, and then you got the defuse. You shot bodies, and then Toronto wins 4 in a row. You go round 11. I know that you had to have felt that from that moment on, because we all know what happens when you shoot bodies. But I have to ask, whose call was it to full push mid when that streak was popped by Temp? It was yours.
This guy right here. I was thinking, beautiful. I was like, I was just like, all right, we have a streak, and they've been double stacking B, so I was like, okay, and they double stack A, so I was like, okay, if we streak, Don called out we can take mid control. I was like, yeah, I feel like we should just run upside their bricks, and the guy's bed won't be able to fill in time, and we can hopefully take B if we do that. And it was just like a, 5-5, like, fuck it, and it worked out. My heart was racing so fast, like, that was crazy. I was like, that's the most stress I feel like in a series I've ever had. Like,
we were stressed too.
We were stressed.
You were both the brain and the gun in the game today. Standy, final question for you is, you joined a franchise without a fan base, right? Legion didn't have success in the past. Now you and Clay seem to be turning the tides. The fans are starting to cheer for this squad. What is it like to see some of your fans that supported you on your previous teams now supporting the Legion?
I mean, I just love all my supporters. Like, I just get on Twitter all the time, and I just see people with, like, their profile pic is just a picture of me, and it's just, like, so funny. I mean, all my supporters are just great. They're always so kind. They always support me no matter what happens. So, I mean, I appreciate all you guys, and let's keep going on this journey, baby.
Keep it going and keep that stash for me throughout the whole major. Congrats on the win tonight.
I might keep it. I might have to.
It's doing work for you.
Bye-bye.
That is Standy and the Legion. They now are just 10 points behind the Rocker as we look at the overall points total on the year. Ridiculous run from the Vegas Legion, a squad that has finished top 6 at the last event, now with a 3-1 record, battling for a 4-1 record and a top 4 seed coming into the major next week.
I mean, shout out Vegas Legion. I mean, this is something we have been waiting for the past, 2-3 years when it comes to this franchise lawn, and now they have some players and some serious talent to root for.
We've got 2 more matches on the day. Quick update on our standings. When we come back, it's going to be a great battle, Nameless. We're going to see LAG versus Optic Texas. Do they finish 4-0, or do the Gorillas challenge for a top 8 seed?
I don't know if it's going to be a great battle.
It is. It's not.
You never know.
It might be, but things are getting weird. Let's take a look at the shop, shall we? We got gear. You can get your new Legion gear, shop.callofdutyleague.com. And, of course, pick up your gear in-game as well. We got the team packs available for everyone at home. Rock them in your ranked games. We'll see you there in just 2 more matches. When we come back from this commercial break, though, Optic Texas takes the floor, and the Rocker still competing against Atlanta tonight, a jam-packed night of Call of Duty.
All right, boys. Major 3. Let's get it.
Josie's already thinking about you.
Yeah.
He's already
Dashy. Dashy!
Oh my God, Bruce.
Dashy! Oh my goodness, dude. Going to hook here for
Welcome to the club, John. Holding 1. Holding two. Cancel 5.
Can we get 1, 2, 3? Yeah, we can.
There you go. You wanted a 1, 2, 3. Hey, you got your 1, 2, 3. Holding 2. With another.
He's on 5.
Bro, oh my God, what am I watching? Donnie's new. 5 is with
Clay's
him.
got this cross.
Did it start glitching?
Clayster, let's go! 3 beats Clay!
Clayster!
Ending on Clay here.
Envoy pinching on 2.
Oh my god!
Goodness, Legion.
Look at Clay going up, dude. Holy shit. He's about to have an aneurysm. Holy shit. 5 stack.
I gotta go to
25.
Shot by 2 real.
And take 5.
I got Joe, Exceed, and I've got Maki B.
I got Marky on 1. Marky
Marky.
1.
Take 1.
I got him.
Paco, if you do not sit on this point, I swear. Go, Steve.
Josh, shut up over shots.
I got you, bro.
Dead. I gotta hold this.
Hold this death.
Dead. Holding.
Take 5.
Have Shotzi on the other side on 1.
God
Watching
cap
it for
on
a sec.
2.
Oh.
Take 1.
Great shot, Josh. Great shot, Josh. Oh my goodness.
Take 1.
Nice. 3 coming in. Ops 3.
And take 3 for fireworks.
Trophy on point.
5 on the
Ready 4. Take 4. Ready 2.
Holding 2
Take
on
2.
inside.
It's all over.
Going to who?
Last fight.
Holy hell.
Bang.
All right, GG.
Nice.
That's it. GG. Ladies and gentlemen, your Major 3 champions, Toronto Ultra.
Good. That sounds good, baby. Come